Good morning. Good morning, friend. I'm Jason with Jason Carey Guitar. As you know, we like to be here every weekday morning working on working on the guitar. Just working with something that will help us to become the guitar players we're supposed to become. And here we go. We've got, it's great to see you, Kevin. Good morning. Good morning, friend. Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Fish. Not quite there yet. There we go. Go. Now we're in tune. The Grange, we were talking a lot. We've been talking about the Grange, you know. We were traveling a little bit this weekend and we were wondering about the husbandry and then how that's not, you know, how that's sort of fallen out of style and how it's a good idea to, it might be a good idea to continue to build those relationships, you know. The husbandry, what does that exactly mean, you know, and how does it relate? How can it be resuscitated, you know, and kind of re-glorified into, you know, the local public life, you know. What a beautiful thing, those Grange halls. I hope it went well, Fish. That's wonderful to hear, you know. I love that, Mark. I'm glad that you get to spend today with us today. This is wonderful. Good opportunity for all of us, you know. It's a good opportunity for everybody. And of course, your presence is greatly appreciated and duly noted as highly valuable. So let's go ahead and I think we're close, and we're going to call this close enough. So if you don't mind, we can get started. You might have noticed that we've been a little slow on the channel for the past week or two. We've had some technology shifts and changes, and we've had some just a couple of remodels here at Studio C. We brought Studio B online and a month ago, I guess, and then it feels like I'm hearing a little bit differently today. So you'll have to, if you decide to stick around, bear with me, please. And here's the metronome. It's already working hard for us. The metronome's cranking away at 60 beats per minute, and you can see the red click maybe if we capture it on the right frame here, I guess. So let's see, 60 beats per minute, and as you know, we typically, hey, Blaine's back. What's going on, Blaine? Good morning. As you know, we typically tend to roll along at 4 attacks per beat, and we're just taking it easy. It's it being Monday, and it's a happy Monday. It being a happy Monday, we're going to talk about a few things that need talking about. Namely, the contest winner from last week will be emailed later today. So congratulations. I'll just keep an eye on your emails if you submitted a request and the happy picking last week, then go ahead and keep an eye on your emails today, and possibly, it should be today, but possibly tomorrow. And congratulations. I really look forward to getting this set up with you. And all right, so without further ado, I think what I'm going to do is get started with the warm-up, because we're all here to warm up. Who's ready to warm up? It's great to have you here. Blaine, I see Harris Caesar. Can you please play Walk the Line by Johnny Cash? I can. Oh, maybe that's not it. You know what? I did Harris Caesar. I did a full tutorial on that song on my channel, and I think you might enjoy it. So if you do have a chance, Harris, Mr. Caesar, if you have a chance to go back and find that song on the channel, there may be other Johnny Cash tunes too as well, but if you do get a chance to see it, if you wouldn't mind going ahead to if you wouldn't mind just going to, if you do see it, I'm sorry, I'm kind of a little bit distracted, but if you do get a chance to see it, let me know what you think. If it's something that, if it covers the bases for you, or if you need a little bit, if you're looking for something a little different. I'm particularly interested in that lesson. It's a good, you know, I had a couple of students. A father and 2 sons were coming in for guitar lessons and doing like this really awesome, these sessions for a couple of years, and we did a lot of Johnny Cash repertoire, of course, as you might imagine, you know. So Warren, oh my word, Dingle, you know, Warren, I haven't heard that in a long time. I'm gonna have to go back and check that out, because whose birthday is it? Did I miss something? I missed something. Jonathan, good morning. Hey, today is my birthday. Can you do Kiss by you know, I really appreciate that. Oh, happy birthday to you, my friend. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get started, and keep those requests coming, because they're really fun to hear. And if you have time to stick around, grab your guitar and then stick around, because we have some birthday people in the live chat. We have some birthdays. We have some wonderful requests, you know, just... But we're starting away, we're rolling today, we're rolling along with the old fingers 3 and 4. This is just a quick stretch. And we've got to get going, because we're burning daylight now. So this is the morning ritual for guitar growth. So welcome to the morning ritual for guitar growth. This happens every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And I have to just kind of give you a heads up, because I live where I live. We practice daylight savings time. And that daylight savings time is going to interrupt us. It is going to interrupt us because I do this every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And so we're moving away from daylight or Eastern Time, or EDT, to Eastern Standard. So we're falling back an hour this Sunday, right? November 2nd. So that's going to change our schedule a little bit, right? So I'm going back an hour. So we'll talk a little bit more about that as we proceed through the session today, and how that's going to impact how it may impact our time together. Brenda Carmichael, good morning. Good morning. Glad to have you here with us. Are you a guitar player? Are you a guitar practitioner yet? We have a wonderful moment here to share together, and then we have a happy birthday. I think we should probably do a happy birthday. Maybe we've got a little cake and some candles. All right, is the birthday person still here? I didn't quite catch the song that was requested, but if you're still here and you haven't departed from us yet, just let us know and we can take another look at that song, okay? After all, it's your birthday, you know. If you get on the internet and you search the longest running vaudeville show on the planet, you'll find that I played Birthday by the Beatles at the 100th birthday of the longest running vaudeville show on the planet. Yeah, that's right, I did, way back in the day. So fingers 2 and 4 on frets 9 and 12. Kit Kats, good morning. Strike while the cheese is warm, buddy. That's right. That's good. I love it. Yeah, I like it. You know, I'm okay with that. We were thinking a little bit about those, you know, warm cheese dips, you know, with the chilies and the jalapenos and serranos in it. Those are always good. You gotta strike while it's warm. You do. All right. So I think maybe Jonathan's taking off, maybe. But we have a little setup to do on this guitar. As you can hear, we're starting to get some, you know, talk back on the high E string that we don't typically get. So we're getting ready to put 13's. Mr. Kurt Mangan's shipped us a small fortune of guitar strings to just, you know, string up all of the bluegrass rigs, and then the jazz guitar rigs and mandolins that we've got kicking around here. So, and even the Rick 36012, you know, he's got a great heart, this guy, and still makes those strings that are boutique quality guitar strings. And if you haven't yet tried Kurt Mangan's strings, I'd highly recommend you try them out. But I'm getting ready to put the mediums back on this guitar. I think I switched over to 11s just to see what it would do. And I gotta tell you, I prefer the 13s. I prefer a little heavier gauge string on the Cannons, you know what I mean? So fingers 1 and 4 on frets 7 and 12. Let's go ahead and shift it up a little bit just so we can say we're preventing workplace injuries. So 7 and 12 with fingers 1 and 4. This gives us a little better reach too. And you notice that I'm playing a guitar with a strap so that it remains in the same relative geometric position on my body, whether I'm sitting or seated or standing. And that's part of the secret, that's part of the magic of playing a guitar like this, that's kind of like, it's designed for stage, it's designed for performance, it's designed to be sort of stable, you know, with the zero coating back and sides. It's it's really a battle axe, and the electronics in it are really great too. You can see how the electronics are right here. So not attached to the strap button, which is really cool, you know, very cool, ingenious. All right, so we've gone through all of the 2-finger permutations. We've gone through these, what did we do? These two, no, we started with these two, and then we went to these two. Now we did fingers 1 and 4. Let's go ahead and jump on, yeah, rock and roll forever, man. Let's go ahead and jump to fingers 2, 3, and 4, and we're just going to continue our warm-up together. So fingers 2 and 10, 11, and 12, 2 and 3 and 4, here we go. 2E and a T and a go. Yeah. All right, so Blaine, good morning again. It's made of HPL, high pressure laminate, correct. So yeah, it doubles as a boat paddle. Yeah, so if you get up that creek and you need a paddle, you get up there without a paddle and you have this guitar in the boat, you're in good shape. And you do get a difference in sonority here, in timbre, and the overtonal structure of the guitar is, you know, it's not really like, it's not built to be like a, you know, a $5,000 or $6,000 guitar that has a beautifully voiced top and back and sides that all resonate together in concert, but it is designed to be an everyday workhorse, right? So you don't feel too badly about putting all of the miles on a guitar like this, you know what I mean? You just feel like this thing has been played hours a day, every day for almost a year and a half now. And this thing is just not quitting. You know, I've changed the strings one time. What I do is I wipe down my strings every single time previous to putting it down. After I play the guitar, I like to wipe the strings down because I do like the feel of a broken in string set. You know, I love the feel of the strings being broken in. And so while we go through the string changing process here on this guitar, I'm going to film it and get close-up shots like Mr. Kevin Haas requested of how I tie the strings off at the tuning heads, at the tuning posts, right? So this is a secret that I've been using for a long time, and it both secures the strings in the guitar tuning post and it gives the guitar sort of a little more stability and reduces the chances of the string breakage at the tuning post. So I'll show you that. Just keep an eye out for that video. That's dropping soon. Obviously not yet because I'm still playing the 11s on this guitar, but you'll see like the day, you know, the night and day difference of being like, you know, with these old strings that have been kind of maintained versus the new strings that are just going to be like super jumpy. It's always nice to put on a fresh set of strings, but I have a lot of friends who record a lot and they think that, you know, the new strings sound a little bit too fake for like recording, you know, laying tracking. So, you know, it's literally up to you how you want to keep your guitar strings. But what I do is, we've got some things moved around this weekend and I don't see where my rag is, but usually what I'll do is I'll get a rag at the end of today's session. I'll share with you how I put the guitar away. So fingers 1 and 2 and T and 4, E and a 2, E and a T, E and a 4, 1 and 2 and 4 on 9 and 10 and 12. 1, 2, E and a, you know what to do. Yeah, if you're just tuning in, welcome. I'm Jason here at Jason Carey Guitar, and I'm just working through my actual honest-to-goodness morning warm-up, and I just call it my morning ritual because it's ritualistic in nature, in its form, in its format, and its repeatability. So this is something I felt comfortable sharing with you over the span of this whole year of 2025. I'm here every weekday morning, and I plan on being here through the end of the year for free. So if this is something you'd like to do, is start talking about the guitar or learning about the guitar, this is a super place for us to kind of hang together for a few moments. Over the past couple of months, I've gotten pretty good at guitar tech stuff. Changing strings is my favorite. I've gotten where they look like the factory wound them. Good. Yeah, that's great. It's a great skill to have, you know, to be able to maintain your own guitar as best as you can. Just so you have a working knowledge of it. Sometimes you get too busy and you have to really rely on a good tech to do that. And so if I can tell you there are not enough good guitar techs, you know, on the planet. So that, and if you wanted to get like a lot of work playing music, you'd become like a really good bass player or a really great drummer, you know, or whatever. If you're playing guitar, if you want to become a really great guitar player, that's wonderful. There's so many of us, and it's such a beautiful instrument to perfect. But I know bass players who just get so much work they can't possibly do it all, you know. So it might be a good idea to learn how to play bass too, you know. Blaine, that's a great question. What do you think I should do? I'm just curious. I have a plan. I do have a plan for next year. Yeah, I do. Joey D, good morning. This is warming up like an accuracy. This is a warm up that's it's a good question, fair question. This is a warm up if you're a guitar practitioner, if you're a beginner, an intermediate guitar practitioner, if you're a guitar practitioner who's maybe a person who's wondering about, maybe I want to learn how to play the guitar. Maybe I'm playing the guitar, maybe I'm an advancing guitar player and I like to play like chord solos. Maybe you want to try to learn how to play metal guitar. So maybe you want to try to play your favorite songs around the campfire. It's a little easier to play running on empty and open, or like G, you know, instead of A. You have that F sharp, you know, and that's cool. But there are, you know, if you're wanting to basically just say good morning to the guitar and wake up with the guitar every morning. It's the first thing that we do every, you know, and then we continue on maybe throughout the day. We practice more, we warm up, we basically do the ritual, you know, we breathe, we play, and then we practice over the day, and then we close it out at night, bringing ourselves back down to a simmered down tempo. Anyway, to make a long story short, I wanted to see what it's like let me go ahead and practice while we warm up while we do this. So I'm starting with fingers 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 this time, and 9, 10, 11, and 12. know, if you wanted to play really fast or super perfect, you know, this is the warm-up session for you. It's not like we're trying to be super flashy or super fake about any of it. You know, I like to smile. I like to feel that what it does to me is a smile, and I know a smile is infectious, and hopefully it helps you wake up in the morning too. But saying good morning to the day, like good morning to the guitar, in a warm-up, a ritualistic sort of way, is how I wanted to spend my time through 2025, right? I want to take the first session that I recorded in 2025, the last session I recorded in 2025, and all of the sessions in between. We're going to take a note between the difference between the first and last videos, and then we're going to analyze, right? We're going to analyze what happens when we spend about 260 hours just warming up with a guitar. Chords come better. I've noticed my reflexes, if I drop something, I can catch it before it hits the floor. My reflexes are improving. My neuroplasticity is improving. My fingers' access to chords, new chords, is improving. My ability to just pick up the guitar and play and be warmed up and ready to go and record is improving. All of it's improving. So, you know, I know that this is maybe something that some of you others are feeling, having been here. Stretch, that's right. Thank you, Mark. So let's go ahead and do this. Joy D, thank you for your kind remarks. You're awesome on that thing, though. Keep it up. Thank you. I recently learned that, like a truck, Lainey Wilson, simple progression, no bar chords was good for my level. That's a great thing to do. And so what I would recommend, if you want to join us, you could like and subscribe to the channel, and we're here every weekday morning. And when you're ready to join us, I'm playing pretty quickly sometimes, but I usually play at the metronome. It's set at 60 beats per minute every morning. It's the same click, 60. So every click you hear is 1 second apart. And we're very familiar with that breakdown. And I typically will subdivide that beat into 4 equal attacks. 1, 2, T-fo, 1, 2, T-fo, 1, 2. Or sometimes I'll play it as 2 separate attacks with downstrokes and upstrokes. So down, up, up. Or I'll play it as 1 single downstroke attack or 1 single upstroke attack, so that I can perfect both of those strokes for the picking hand. And even though some of us are playing 4 attacks per beat, it doesn't mean that you have to do it any one way. You could be playing triplets while I'm playing 4s. It's just one of those things that we do alone together. So you can still do this the way you want. What I'm doing is just modeling what I feel has given me or granted me a certain amount of success as a guitar practitioner in my own little life. And will this work for everyone? Yeah, it will. It's sort of a generalist approach. And we've been adding a little bit of love here and there. And I think listening to music is super important. And learning music, learning songs that we like is super important, because otherwise, you know, why would we be playing music, you know? I mean, we love music for a certain, like, what brought you to music? You know, you could answer in this chat, in the live chat. That would be awesome if you could, like, what brought you to music? I remember what brought me to music was listening to the folk group in church when we were young. I was really young. and they used to sing vocal harmonies and finger-pick acoustic guitars, and it was just a beautiful, beautiful experience. And I always loved the repertoire, like the glory and praise repertoire. And then, you know, I love Meshuggah, I love Pantera, I love Testament, I love, you know, Death, I love John Denver, I love Jim Hall, Joe Pass, Mimi Fox, you know, I love all, Pat Metheny, Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, you know, Eminem. I love Run DMC. I love a lot of different kinds. Cypress Hill, Insane in the Membrane. You know, a lot of different. Trace Atkins. You know, Jason Aldean. You know, it's all good. Luke Bryan. It's all good for me. I love all of it. You know, and it doesn't matter what I really want to accomplish. What it matters is that the activity, what I found is activity is the key, right? Activity is the key, and I can find any number of reasons why I shouldn't play the guitar. I can find any number of reasons why I should put it down right now and never do this live stream again, right? I can easily justify that. I could find an infinite amount of reasons to never put the guitar down right now, sell all of my guitars, and never play the guitar again, and never look back. I could justify all of that and move along and still have a fulfilling life. I'd like to think, you know, and still have a life full of meaning and love and faith. But as it stands at the moment, this is my life right here, where I show up to the guitar, with the guitar, and we make music together every day. And that's just it's just what it is. It's just a beautiful opportunity for me to get to know what music is again, just to reacquaint myself with what it means to be a guitar practitioner. Oh, no kidding. That's a cool share, Mark. It reminds me of sort of like, I don't know, for some reason it's kind of like dinging the bell of like the Victor Wooten, you know, his story of practice, you know, and how he got started with with Michael. What a great share, man. Thank you for sharing that. Have any of you heard the Mercury Falling album by Sting? The Mercury Falling album by Sting is a pretty good one. All right, I missed a couple of these things. Stretch, all right, we've got a stretch. Marco Russell, are you still here, Marco? I'm sorry I missed you. My older brother inspired me to play. Oh man, what a great shot. What a great story. Older brothers. Oh yeah, those old folk tunes, man. Out on a lonely hillside, in a cabin low and small, lived the sweetest rose of color, my Rosalie McFall. Her hair was bright sun colored, and her voice was sweet to me. You know I'll never love another, but I hope that she loved me. And then I asked her to be my darling. Yeah, what a... And then who will sing for me when I'm, you know, Stanley's tunes? I mean, my word, come on. The days of human music are upon us still. How many guitars do you have now, Jason? I don't know. I have to take a stock on those, and I don't want to say one number and then have my insurance company come back and say, what's going on with that number, Jason? So much great stuff going on in the world of guitar. You know, it's just so difficult to say, I'm going to set you down for the rest of my time and just keep making music. You know, one of my favorite songs ever, you know, is this one, you know. And it's just kind of one of those, I played it before, I think, for you. I've shared it with you before, but it's like, you know, I think it's just one of those songs that Nora Jones band, the Little Willies, covered, and it's got a great chord progression: G major 7, G dominant 7 with a D string in the bass, and then that D lets go finally to that C and back to G. That open G string moving up to the A minor, which walks up to the C sus4, and then we walk back down to G. Really simple chord progressions, you know. If I had no place to fall, but I need it to. I'm playing it super slow. Well, could I count on you? To lay me down. I'll never tell you no lies. I don't believe it's wise. You've got those pretty eyes. swaying me round. And then the chorus is just amazing. The chorus is just amazing. So yeah, so we're not here for any reason other than just kind of getting going with the guitar in the morning. It's, you know, a super basic, super simple sort of program, you know. It's too early to do math. What did I miss? I was 12 when you started. Were you 12? Was there one artist in particular whose music really helped you advance in your playing when you were starting out? That was a good political answer. Well done. Uh-oh, did I miss something? There's a big red heart by my... That's funny. Yeah, well, I've been accused of delivering political answers before. You know, a lot of the political, believe it or not, a lot of those political, you know, sort of rhetorical questions I've had, and issues. I've had some in a previous life. I have had a little bit of connectedness with generating those, you know, those things. You know, for, I don't know, maybe for a decade or something like that. I think it's a good idea to stay in tune with what's real. And, you know, I think the guitar is such a good medium for learning and self-discovery and translating your personal endeavors into something that can resonate with others, right? I think it's sort of that little safe spot that we all talk about now, you know, having our little safe zones. And you know, I'm from a generation that don't really need those things, but I can appreciate why some might need some now. The way that, you know, we've been raised, and some of what's going on is I just like to relate my thought process back directly to the guitar, and then just keep it there, you know, just keep it there. And the stretch has come and gone. We've done the 1, 2, 3, 4s. We've done all of those things. We're coming up to the tail end of this session, and I'm so happy that you're here with us. You know, Willie Nelson, right? The Chieftains. Oh, very cool. The albums that really got me staying with the guitar were the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. Oh yeah. Yeah, a lot of great music. A lot of great music. I'm glad to hear that you were there. Emmylou Harris, yeah, absolutely. Angel Ben, back to the porch spirituals. Yeah. Chieftains, yeah, right on. Willie Nelson's got a good solid space in that. Good chunk of real estate in that arena. M Fish, to respond to M Fish through Mark here, because they were taught by the masters in the 60s. You know, I don't know how many of you have like heard of Townes Van Zandt. You know, did any of you listen to Townes? You know, Mr. Van Zandt, right? Speaking of Willie Nelson. Poncho and Lefty, you know, there's a lot of great songwriting out there that just doesn't make the popular market, you know what I mean? And then making songs that translate well to others is a great skill and gift, you know. Great things to do. So let's go ahead and take a look at something a little new today. I wanted to basically just start reminding myself that I've got to come back to during my warm-ups, you know. Hopefully all of you have downloaded the PDF binder for morning guitar, what is it? It's the Morning Ritual for Guitar Growth PDF binder. Hopefully you've all had a chance to download it and start absorbing it, because our morning ritual is going to start evolving, and we're going to start including these other pieces as a part of our normal sort of breakfast fare. It's not the easiest to digest and make happen, but it is important. The way I look at that, Mark, that the words can hurt us, and why I'm not all that sensitive to those kinds of things, you know. I've got a pretty thick skin based on my sort of like history, but my own personality. So why I'm still sensitive enough to play the guitar, but why those words hurting us isn't really that large an issue for me personally. Is, you know, if you don't like the weather, let's say you're in Maine. If you don't like the weather in Maine, wait 5 minutes, right? And it changes. So what if I'm in the wild? I just look at words like as if I'm in the wilderness, right? So if I'm trekking in the Himalaya and I go there underprepared, or any hill in the continental United States, let's say I'm hiking the Appalachian Trail and I'm underprepared, I am going to suffer, right? I'm going to suffer, and I'm going to suffer hard. And to the point it might be catastrophic failure. And then even on a good day, I'm still going to be on one of those ridge lines and one of those peaks, you know, just observing this, the beauty, the wonders of God, the beauty of God's creation, right? But then at some point, that storm is going to come rolling in beyond my control. Unless my mother or some guide somewhere has taught me what I need to do in order to survive the wilderness experience, I'm not going to fare well. So I think the words are a lot lighter an issue for me, you know. Sure, words can hurt, but who's teaching us the resilience now? Who's sharing with us that sticks and stones, you know? Who's sharing with us the important things that we need in order to build the resiliencies into our own daily existence? You know, do words matter? Yeah, of course they do. Can you say things that hurt the ones you love? Yeah. Can you take them back? Well, not really. Are you supposed to moderate what you say? Yeah, but are you legally obligated to, you know, not hurt someone else's feelings? Not really, you know, you're not. That's my trouble, that's what it is. So there's a lot of literature around that human condition, and a lot of songs and a lot of lyrics. And I've got to tell you, while I'm just sort of like riffing off of the stream of conscious thing, I did start to become really interested in instrumental music because it gives you this access to this stuff that doesn't matter. Like, you can say whatever you like and it's not going to offend anyone, right? Unless you start sneaking in too many chromatic notes. You might alienate a listenership. Just you can really explore what you're after with just an instrumental approach, and the words become sort of you already familiar with a lot of those sentiments, yin and yang and good and bad and tension and release. So if we start thinking about a little less about specific individual issues as persons, as individual persons, we can start to focus on fundamental harmonic concepts. The movement from the C chord to the G chord, and then back to the C. So this is release. This is tonic harmony. And it sounds great, but if we just sat here for a long time, and just playing, the tonic chord, we don't have anything sort of pulling against it. We don't have that. Those things sort of like, let's see, we don't have that sort of tension, that tension leads to release again, right? So we have this nice C chord, that moves down to the G chord, G7. So here's the melody, you know, let's think basic melody. So here's the tonic or the release. And then the tension releases down to the C again. So there's no, you know, there's all we're really focusing on when we play melody is, are we playing a note that is like home? Or are we playing a note that is like, you know, away from home and we really need to get back home, right? That's why I incorporate these major scales and the related minor and the Dorian modes and all those scales through multiple keys into my warm-up situation, because I need to know these linear models of the scales, right? The major scales, and then so I play each one of those scales through the cycle of fours. So that way, by the time we arrive back to the place from whence we came, we can start fresh, and we know the major scale in multiple domains. This will help to guide our own ears and give us landmarks for our own improvisations, as well as guide the listener's ear through our, you know, solo guitar compositions and not alienate a listener, you know, potentially. So. Let's see, Ed Sheeran. Oh, hey. That works thing was based around has got no issues. Man, winter time is a hard transition for tuning. Big temperature and humidity changes. You got that right, Mark. Maybe it's just too early. It could be that. Have you tried humid packs? Yeah, absolutely. Good recommendation. Are you talking about these? Hey, Kevin, hang on there for a second. You can see my new school chair here too. Take a look at this chair. You can hear me getting into a case right now. And before I leave the case, I'm going to latch it one time so when I pick up the case, I haven't forgotten to latch it and the cover doesn't fall open and let the guitar go drop on the floor. But this is, I think, I don't know, are you talking about this one? These are pretty good. They've got a little ceramic thing inside where you kind of like just drop it into this. It has to be distilled water, right, Kevin? So you drop it into a little bowl of distilled water, let it soak for 5 minutes or whatever, and then empty out the excess. You know, there's some holes on the top. Empty out the excess and be sure you don't put excess in your case. And then this is a great opportunity. Hairco, the complete care system. It's a guitar humidifier. You just put in your case, keep it in your case. It's a great opportunity, and I'm really glad that you mentioned that this morning, Kevin. So, no, they're a little past with pockets. They slip into, oh, cool. Oh yeah, good idea. Is it like a D'Addario product, or? Well, very cool. I know you guys are busy, and I know you guys have days to get off to. I might just noodle around for a minute, just for a second, see if I can get some kind of a little bit of a groove going on the C, C chord. There's this picking pattern where you kind of give that that thumb just on the C chord right here, just regular C, and then we're starting with the bass note. I'm kind of plucking through the root note of the bass, and then I'm kind of stopping on the next smaller string. So I'm doing this rest stroke, but then there's this really cool little strum right on the two middle strings. And you can see that third finger on the C is using that C chord with the G in the bass. So I'm alternating the thumb on the fret hand, on the picking hand. So we'll start there tomorrow. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day, and until we meet again, thanks Kevin for setting us off properly. We'll see you tomorrow, and until we meet again, I wish you happy picking. Take good care of yourselves.